let's get back to my Schoolboy Q question, man. You first met him, you feel me? Tell us what that was like. I wouldn't even say when we first met him. First did music with him.
I knew him for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Until then, I met him at Mac House. He kind of just told the story a little bit earlier, but his perspective is probably different than mine. With me, it's like, shit, nigga, I'm at Mac Miller House. He here, Earl here, you know, Schoolboy Q here, Ab-Soul here. Juicy J was in that motherfucker one day. Future was there. So I'm just trying to learn how to make music because I didn't really know nothing about music at the time. And they was always helpful. You know, I didn't really talk to niggas like that back then. So he always, like, I guess, I don't know how, maybe Mac played him some music or something. I don't really know because I never played no music for nobody. Like, to this day, I ain't never played a nigga a song. I need to work on that. But, yeah, he was just helpful. Like, and he was always cool. And I think he just kind of, when the nigga asked me to go on tour, it was out of nowhere. And I did just go on Mac's tour, but like I appreciated that because that was a big look for me. But and yeah, it was just always game, like, you know, it's like family shit, like talking about soccer and shit. I mean, it's always been that kind of stuff.
How was you introduced to Mac?
Shit, Earl had just came back from where he was at, and I introduced myself to him at a house, and he was like, "Yeah, I know who you are. Like, what's up with the music?" And he was like,
did you play him some? Because you said you don't play nigga shit.
Nah, I wasn't making music at the time.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess he really in tune with stuff. So I guess he just probably seen my name on like some Earl shit or something like that. I don't really know. I'm not sure. I only had like one project out. I put it out. It was like kind of hard to do and manage. And then I was like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm gonna try to get a job or some shit. And then he was like, I don't have no beats because that was a hard process. Especially I'm not like I don't network, I don't go to parties, I don't go to the club, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I didn't grow up making music, I'm not from LA. I'm getting on the blue line to come out here, you know what I mean? So I don't really know nothing or nobody, so I can't just, where I'm gonna get beats from. This before Twitter and all these things was what it was. And he was like, yeah, I'll make you some beats, come over tomorrow. And then I went over there like in a couple days, and then he had beats, oh, come back, I don't drive, I'll pick you up. He came and picked me up in the shit. He picked me up on.
So Mac came and picked you up because you didn't have a whip.
Yeah, he picked me up on Artesian Downey in the apartment building. He picked me up.
He picked you up on Artesian and Downey?
Yeah, in the Benz with the scrape on the side, playing his music in Mill Street. Like, it's a white boy outside. He picked him up from my granny house on 89th and Hooper. Got out the car, talked to my granny and shit. And I couldn't drive for a minute. I didn't know how to drive till I was like older, cause we ain't had no car growing up like that, so I ain't no need how I'ma learn type shit. But yeah, we bust niggas around here. But
let me ask you what that process like though. Like you saying you was catching the blue line from when you was at to to bro crib. What's that?
Yeah, I was catching blue line.
They're gonna homage right there. They're gonna homage there.
Yeah, man.
So
he was just telling us the first time he met you. He said he loved you to death. What? And he gave you a hug at Mac House.
This nigga. I was telling him, like, I don't even know how you got introduced to my music because I never played nobody no music. Now I used to sit in the corner and not really say shit, but niggas was always helpful and attentive and shit like that.
Nah, you.
Q, switch with me.
Bro,
No, he good. He could say it.
Mac was just playing your shit. He loved you, bro. That was his whole thing. Vince Staples, this dude Vince Staples, this dude Vince Staples. Like I said, when I heard that you barely started rapping and I heard that shit, I was like, oh my God. Like, come on, bro.
So he barely started rapping and his shit was just like...
It was just like instantly. Some people just got that thing. Like, he was always supposed to do this shit. Yeah. I don't know what he was doing, bullshitting the rest of his... I was doing the same thing too.
I want to know what that process
is. T-Mobile story. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I started rapping as a grown up too. We both was just doing stupid shit. I don't know what the fuck we was doing. But
what's that process like catching that? You said the blue line? All the way to Mac
so
crib.
that was later down the line. So
okay.
At first I was catching. We had just came back from Atlanta. I did some stupid shit. Fucked my whole family life up. So mama, I love you. Thank you for letting that shit go. And my mama spent all my pops pen money. So when we came back, it was just tricky because he wasn't fucking with niggas like that. What's up, Pop? But yeah, so we was at my aunt's house. She had a house in Buena Park, and that's when I stopped going to school. So I didn't really have nothing to do. It was this dude named Chuck One. He lived on Janice and Hood, and that was my dog. He always made music. His brother was from Gardena. He was a battle rapper named Rameo, and he him and DJs doing Lavish at the time, they was making music. They was always our friends, but I always thought them niggas was like interesting because it's cool to be like the weird homie, but like you still from the set. And it's like they wasn't never from no clique. They wasn't never from no skate team. They wasn't never from no hood. They was always making music. I'm talking about in middle school, they was trying to make music. And we all got a relationship with music, but my homie Jay Curry, who was like my dog, and like he was from we was all from in Long Beach. We had like 5 cliques at the time. It was Squad Up, you had little bullshit like Doc Squad and Fans, and then you had the 3 main ones was Squad Up, Flourish, and Flip. So basically, them things transitioned in a different neighborhood. And my boy Jay Curry, like he moved to Palm Springs before Flourish had got transitioned, and niggas was like, you gotta pick. So when he moved to Palm Springs, he got heavy into the music. So he would always send me music, and like my boy Lavish, we was at school, and then he was at Jordan. He's like, oh, I was listening to a song on iPod. He's like, oh, you know that song? I was like, yeah. It was like some far out shit. It was like a like Atmosphere or something like that. But I grew up skateboarding. It's like that shit sound like skate park music, so I always liked it. And he was like, oh, I do this and this, and he started sharing his music. And then we went to Sid house one day because Sid was trying to open up her studio for the first time and record, and I met them there. And that was the first time I ever seen like a black people with a house like that. So that shit like fucked me up. Like they had a house, the guest house, a backyard with the trampoline. My daddy had this fucking Asian bitch once, and her brother was a dentist. They had a big house. So he used to take me to his bitch house, like, you know, he didn't want my mom to find out. So they used to be giving me nice shit, you know what I mean? So I used to love going over there. I was like, this some like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air shit. But Sid had keyboards, pianos, all kind of shit. I never seen no shit like that. So when they left, and he's like, I ain't recording over there no more. I'm like, nigga, you crazy. I'm finna go to that house. I was catching the Disneyland 460 bus. I would walk from Buena Park to Knott's Berry Farm. That's like 45 minutes. I get on that 460 bus. That's 2.5 hours. After I get on that bus, I would either walk. I would get off by what's that school? It's on Washington. It's a community college, Trey Tech or something like that.
Oh, LA Trey Tech. That's the grimiest JC.
That's grimy.
You don't go to school.
So depending on when that bus was coming,
in the seat, fool.
Depending on when that bus was coming, if it got too grimy, it's like, all right, I'm finna walk or get on that skateboard and go down Washington and go to their house, or I would end up on that bus. So I was doing that. I'd be waking up at like 6, 7 in the morning because I wasn't going to school.
Let me ask you this. Mac Miller, homie. That nigga he brought all of you guys together, homie. Y'all niggas tell me how special he was, man, because you know I didn't get a chance to really kick it around him as long as you guys. A lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all bond with him was just so like tight knit, you feel me? Like, and you just told me this man picked you up from your granny house, nigga, to come rap.
Grimy over there.
This nigga don't even rap. He picked him up, nigga. Hey, I'm gonna come get you, nigga, off down here. Where you at? Don't even worry about nothing. Like,
this nigga done picked me up in Watts. He done picked me up in Long Beach.
Bruh.
This nigga done got me all. And the funny thing about him is, like, he one person I can honestly say, like, I give a lot of credit to Sid, a lot of credit to Earl, a lot of credit to Mike G and Matt Martian, but they didn't change the way I thought about life. He changed my life, like my perspective, and made me a better person. Because I used to be confused, like, why is this white boy with all this money fucking with niggas and not anybody with like some substantial talent? Like, he would sit there and like teach me how to make sure I'm on beat and like rap with certain energy. And like it took a long time. It wasn't like it took. I was over there every day with nothing else to do for like months, and he was teaching me how to rap on beat, how to project. I didn't know how to ad lib. I didn't know what ad libs was. I didn't know what a metronome was. He taught me what all that shit was. He taught me how to what quantizing means, how to push it on the grid, and even down to like this is what certain keys are and shit like that. And then introducing me to people I had no business meeting because I wasn't at the skill level yet. Like, that was like a once. I was talking to his mom today. It's funny we talking about it right now, but
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you always want to be a rapper?
Never.
So what do you think you'd be doing now if you weren't rapping?
When I first stopped trying to go to school, I was trying to get a job at what's that called? Restaurant Supply, because the homie was working up there. Then I was gonna try to go to the port because a lot of niggas are getting in unions and shit like that. But I was too young. I was
Go to the port. Go to the port.
That's a good job, though.
The port get chicken.
You get $30 an hour.
Wait, how old was you thinking about going?
35. I was
2 years, it'll be at 45.
I was 16. I was 16, and my nigga RK was working at the port, and he was
16
like,
trying to get a job at the port is crazy.
but RK had the Benz, nigga.
This nigga
lost his mind 16 trying to get a job at the port.
He was trying to get to the
benefits looking like.
Bro, my nigga had the Benz, bro, the new, but you know how niggas had an old Benz. He had the one that just came out. He got the port. Bro, come to the set, bro. My nigga from the Sun used to come to the shit with the vest on, kicking with the homies. I'm like, oh, nigga, I can do this, nigga. And going right up and down the street, because I had never really been past Watts when I was a kid. My granny had a house on Hooper in like 90th. And then my grandparents or my mom, all them from Compton, and we moved to Long Beach. And then San Pedro and up. So from Watts to Orange County to his houses. Other than that, I had never really been to LA or nothing like that. So I didn't understand it was more to life really till I started meeting these niggas. So I was cool with a little port, you know what I mean? Get your little house in Bixby, live by the white folks.
Shout out 6, man.